Alright, gang, the third video of the day. My alliance is now around 4 of Spider-Man Sinister Six. So we'll go ahead and look at both the boss fights and some of the featured characters that we haven't looked at. Alright, and so if you notice here, each one of the the different nodes is that at least tells you who you're facing off against. So we're facing off against Dr. Octopus, Carnage, and Sandman. Okay, we know that Dr. Octopus, he has those, oh my goodness, tentacle tiles that you gotta get rid of. And you have to get rid of his countdown tile. But we got ways to get around that. Against Carnage, we can't have any special tiles, because if you have special tiles, he starts to go crazy. And then Sandman, he likes to generate yellow. Well, we'll go into more detail as we get deeper into the fights. Now we want characters that can do some sort of board destruction. So someone like, I don't know, Gwenpool should be a useful character. Someone like Rogue, she's a useful character wherever she's at. And then Special Tile Remover and Michael Morbius. Now, before I actually get into the video, let me go deep into the computer and find my Gwenpool exploits. Well, I might just load into the fight, then find the Gwenpool exploits. Alright. Now, at least here with our good friend Morbius, that we can at least get rid of those special tiles. No problem. Assuming we can get, certain color stuff to pop up. Oh, you got rid of Chekhov's gun, which helps me out. There's Feeding Frenzy. Now that tile is unlocked. Before I make a match, I'm trying to find my Gwenpool exploits code. So give me just a minute, and there it is. Drop that down. Let Morbius do his thing. Now we're gonna wait to use Rogue against the Sandman. And you're probably saying, like, why are you waiting until the Sandman? Well, I have something nasty I want to do against him. Alright, pop out a couple of these trap tiles, and hopefully AI matches them away. Yep, there you go. Bye, Carnage. Alright. Next up, gloves off. We got yellow already online. Whoa. Oops. That's one way of beating them. Let's see here. Iron Man, we will talk about him. We really don't want to talk about him, but we can talk about Black Cat. Alright. Black Cat, she is a purple, black, and green user. Her purple ability, Better Luck Next Time, she deals damage to the target and goes airborne for 1 turn. And then whenever she returns from being airborne, it's like that's if even if someone like Riri Williams sends her airborne or Colossus 3-star sends her airborne, whomever sends her airborne, she stuns the target for 4 turns. Alright. Perfect plan. This is her passive. Start of the turn. If there are fewer than 2 black trap tiles on the board that she creates, and you make a match, she deals damage and she steals AP in a random color. And then at level 5, it increases it to 3. And then claws out. She does damage to the target, and if the target's stunned, she does an additional amount of damage. So her kit's more or less a straightforward kit. You get green, then send her airborne, stun the target for 4 turns, and then do damage off of her green ability. Perfect plan. I mean, it's there's a little bit of support. Mainly for her, you want people that can make purple pretty frequently. So someone like Scarlet Witch, and people that can easily make green. So someone like Iron Man 40, if I can ever find him. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me. Oh yeah, that's right. He's on the boosted list. Duh. Yeah, we'll use that one though. So there's a trap tile right there, already ready. Whenever the texture's trying to load in. Now, typically though, these one shots are viable in the early rounds. As the rounds get deeper and deeper, that you have to contend with more and more help. Alright, now let's actually look at Dr. Octopus fully. Where's Coulson? Oh my goodness. There you go, Phil. Throwing a little quick boost. I guess I will look at Darkhawk real quick. Alright, devious plot, green passive. At the start of the battle, got a colorless reactor tile that will end the game after 20 turns. While this tile's on the board, Darkhawk does not take any damage and can't be matched, and this tile can't be matched and it doesn't fall. Alright. Tentacles, that's these tiles here. At the start of the battle, replaces 4 tentacle tiles on the board, each with their own effect. If there are no tentacle tiles on the board, the reactor becomes a normally destructible green tile. So it's that tile there. Backup plan. If the reactor is destroyed, Darkhawk can start for 5 turns, in which he places a new reactor and 4 new tentacle tiles. And since this is a boss event, Darkhawk can't be sent airborne, can't be stunned. So none of the usual things that we can do to stop characters from doing their thing. Alright, let's see if we can get some easily matchable tiles. Well, I did say I wanted easily matchable tiles, so there we go. Come on, there we go. Stun him, stun him. Now I know I said I don't really want special tiles on the board here, but here, frankly, I don't care. That's gonna drop him. Let's create another strike tile. And plow through them. Now, I think in higher levels, yeah, it'll be a little bit harder to, one-shot them pretty consistently, but it's whatever. Again, we don't have to go into detail about Iron Man 40. He's more or less straightforward. Go in, grab in yellow, and recharge. Recharged. That's when you can, make your plans and really just, I'm not gonna say lock an enemy down, but it'll be pretty insane what Iron Man can do once he's fully recharged. But okay, I'm just rambling now, just trying to waste some time. So there's the recharge here with Iron Man. So yeah, got one more turn until he's fully recharged, and then when he is, I'll be able to go a little bit not off the deep end, but I'll be able to fire off a few powers and have the AI kind of at my mercy. Oh no, get back stunned. Doesn't matter, my man, he's stunned. Let's see here. Red Hulk would be nice, but no. I wonder, would Blob do some stuff? I wonder. I know Bishop is gonna. Well, that's actually kind of dumb to bring Bishop into a fight because you can't send anybody airborne. Get some help. Instigator. Put those tiles at a little bit of a matchable location. Bring down the house. Still got time. Still got time. There we go. Let's get back invisible. Dog says no. And that's beautiful. Beautiful. I think Throg should retaliate, depending upon if any of those matches were were matched. So let's get up in the air. Get back in the air. Just avoiding taking all that damage. Would it be nice to be able to hit some of those shards out? Yeah, sure. Thank you for putting a charge towel on the board for me. Ooh, so any version of Thor. Okay, so I'll roll with a 3-star version of Thor. Why not? In later rounds, I probably will end up using the 5-star version because I want to make things really, really quick and thundery. Let me see here. Who is a 4-star that can best pair with Thor? Well, let's just go with old standby America Chavez and Karnak and just destroy all the things with critical tiles. Okay. I was overthinking things. Like, I'm looking for the critical tile, or, how to best match the critical tile, and again, overthinking things. I think Karnak and America Chavez should work well against, you know, the Sandman and Doc Ock, but I just need a third person for team attacks or board disruption. So again, someone obviously like an Amadeus Cho would work well too. And so with Vulture, you know, once you get airborne, you'll be able to destroy some of those tentacle tiles, and then they'll be able to destroy the eventual countdown tile. But that's, you know, still a few steps away. Go this way. Well, Vulture tells you to get airborne, Battery Bird. Now I got more than enough AP to, you know, continuously trigger America's moves and, you know, circle and prey and all that there. Oh man, so this here is not like one of the usual videos that I do. Normally it would be much more energetic, but you know, boss event, da da da. Alright, so now we got Vulture, Green Goblin, and Venom. Again, we'll go into full detail about them. And again, I'm not going to bring in any 5 stars as much as I would like to. That's the stuff off camera. Let's see here, X23. Not really Domino, but we could break out Namor and Patsy, I guess, to make stuff cheaper. Again, there's no real team combination behind this. There's just me randomly throwing folks together here. Alright, so this version of Vulture is a little bit different than his 4-star counterpart. Not Gleaming Talons. Circling Praise, just like his black ability, but instead of it costing 6, it costs 7, and he creates a fortified 3-turn black countdown tile, not black down tile. It says I'm airborne for 2 turns, and then returns from being airborne. He deals damage to a random enemy. Gleaming Talons costs 8, deals damage, and then destroys 12 tiles, and then gain 1 full AP for every enemy special tile destroyed. And Hypertext Slicer deals damage to the enemy, and then additional damage if the circling prey tile is on the board. So this is a little bit of a backwards version of the Vulture that we know and love, because he wants to get airborne and he wants to not use blue to keep his special tiles out. Or I should say, not his special tiles out, but he, you know, wants to get airborne as quick as he can. Alright, so we got a little something here. So there's quick reflexes. Then we'll swipe right. See, now, you know, we got a way to deal with, you know, special tile users and whatnot. Get everything cheaper, like I said, with patches. Well, strengthen those strike tiles. Well, might as well use Atlantis attacks while we can. Alright, let's. Oh, I forgot. Well, we'll look at Venom because I forgot to look at Green Goblin. So we'll look at Green Goblin when he comes out next. Alright, Symbiote Stealth for Venom is his purple ability. If there are less than 5 invisibility tiles, again, it gets more as we further into the fight. Venom makes an invisibility tile, and if you know with invisibility tiles, you can't be targeted by attacks, but indirect attacks such as, you know, 4-star blades, bloodlust, you know, that gets around invisibility, and team attacks as well. Leave from the shadows, so when there are 5 or more invisibility tiles on the board, he deals damage, creates 2 2-turn web tiles, well, countdown tiles that create 2 web tiles each. Then while it doesn't create, Venom doesn't create invisibility tiles, which countdown tiles on the board. And then Devour, if there are 12 or more web tiles, destroy them all and down the target. So you really don't want to use 5-star or any version of Spider-Man here. Alright, let's hold back and end the fight. Alright, let me see here. We already know about Wolverine, we know about all the versions of Spider-Man, we know about all the versions of the Hulk, so I mean, at least we should know about all the versions of the Hulk. If not, you know, we'll we'll determine, you know, the feedback and whatnot from the comments and, you know, adjust accordingly. I'm trying to think here. I guess Coulson to gain AP, why not? We've seen Coulson a lot. I mean, not that the fights are gonna last any longer than 3 turns. Okay, 4 turns. 5. Alright, so I gotta remember, we gotta talk about Green Goblin. I could leave this team here, but let's not do that there. I need a synergy team. Alright, so let's build around Quake. She likes using her area of effects, and her blue ability will help us get rid of those invisibility tiles. Alright. Now, who do I know that can generate blue on the board? Well, we'll use Namor. Namor can generate blue with his purple ability. And then he also has black as well. And then we don't necessarily need a red user, but we need to. I will bring back Patsy in again. Why not? We can make Quake Spins a little bit cheaper once we get the yellow out. Alright, there's Patsy. No, don't match it away, you monster. Alright, still haven't made any powers yet, or I shouldn't. I mean, I haven't swiped right, so let's swipe right. I have some strike tiles on the board. I really hate to get rid of my what's the name tiles. I really do. Well, now Vulture's airborne, but well, at least we get a chance to have our stuff fortified. So, I mean, the strength of our tiles increased. Alright, now let's look at Green Goblin. So that's his army of henchmen ability. Well, once Patsy finishes all her stuff off. So passively, if he has no allies, he heals for a burst of health. And then you fill Green Goblin's team with 2 random minions. When the minion becomes downed, you deal damage to Green Goblin. Whenever Green Goblin is down, the minions go with them. So essentially, just attack Green Goblin. Don't even worry about the minions. Trick or Treat is a 3/3/3. Creates 3 turn countdown tiles on a single color, and they do random effects. So I would imagine blue would probably be a stun, some sort of team attack, some sort of countdown. Tile steal or AP steal or whatever the case might be. And then Goblin King reduce up to one random friendly countdown tile by 1, and then also at the start of the turn fortify 1 random friendly countdown tile. And it talks about how countdown tiles work. Double up the strength. Alright, now Venom's gonna go invisible. This is where you like to have those cheap abilities. I probably could have just went and earthquaked him, and it probably would have downed him based off of the amount of the strike tiles that we had thanks to Patsy. Alright, Wolverine, again, there's different versions of Wolverine, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know, pick your favorite version of Wolverine and just go go in and have a great time in the node. Here, I'll just use X-Force Wolverine. Let's speed things up with Thanos. Doesn't really matter which version of Thanos I use. And Quicksilver, why not? Because he does team attacks too. Well, whenever all his blue tiles are, reach the point where they're locked, and then they do the, oh my goodness, what is his blue ability called? Supersonic, yeah. Alright, back to Sinister Six again. No real need for Thanos. See, well, the usual team that I usually build with X-Force Wolverine consist of Domino and X-Force Deadpool, and I'll explain why both of these characters here in a second. Once I find Domino. So they do have synergy with one another. Domino, her black ability creates more black tiles at the start. I mean, not creates, but like whenever we make matches, there's a higher chance of the tiles that are falling down on the board to be black. We can use her red ability to get rid of some of those black tiles on the board if need be. Her green, a little bit of a board shake. But we got 2 board shakes in Wolverine and Domino, and in Deadpool, the 2 things we're mainly using him for is his purple ability, countdown for what. Use countdown for what, then surgical strike from Wolverine, and you're guaranteed to down somebody. Provided they aren't airborne, invisible, whatever the case might be. And then if, damage is dealt to Wolverine, you do have, oh my goodness, and a way out with Deadpool's black ability. Alright, that's on black. Not gonna do us any good because I need some more purple. That's what I really need. Alright. Now we're gonna watch as I one-shot this version of Venom. So now once this here is done, there's countdown for what. It's on green. I thought his okay, yeah, his strongest color is green. I thought it would have been purple. Oh well. The more you know. Alright, and Spider-Man, we got all the different versions of Spider-Man here. Again, if you remember with Venom, we don't want to use any web tile users with Spider-Man, or web tiles with the Spider-Verse teams, because if we do, well, all he needs is 12 to instantly down an opponent. So we gotta keep that in mind too. And where is Gwen? This is probably my favorite version of the Spider-Verse team, because you get some form of healing with Gwen whenever you match web tiles away. You get some sort of damage whenever you match blue, black, and yellow. You got ways to fortify your tiles. The only thing you do have to worry about is making sure that Spider-Man isn't out in front whenever there are big damage moves that are coming out. Because you'll get rid of those reptiles and you'll be kind of making frowny faces. Alright, now the final step for this round here. I'm trying to think here. Lizard might actually be a solid choice. Can't really use Mantis because nobody can be stunned. Icarus maybe. Let's use Monica and use both of them to. Oh my goodness, they're different repeater tiles, and then of course Jim Hammond, he'll use his repeater tile, and if we need to get those repeater tiles destroyed, well, that's what his red is for. Rats. The only thing I didn't want Alright, let's make him pay a little bit of an AP tax real quick. Fortify some of those repeater tiles. Because again, we can't stun anybody. Alright, that actually hits the threshold for endothermic there. Can't use Tail Whip because, well, enemies can't be stunned. But we can use our complex. Alright, well, we can get around this here with team damage. Get rid of some of those tiles there. I know our complex didn't quite do the job that I was hoping it to do, but at least we can get rid of some of these tiles here. Alright, there's a little bit of a heal, and then we'll finish him off with endothermic again. So yeah, so that little combination there of using Jim Hammond to fortify our repeater tiles whenever we fire off a power, and then again he can do a little bit of damage as well. Create those strike tiles, do even more damage, and that's always a beautiful thing for us. So that's gonna end at least this video here. Tomorrow we'll be back with more action, maybe more definitely more teams, but now that the 5-star variety, because I want to make sure that that my 3-star players and my 4-star players, that you guys can complete these here. And I might have a secret, not necessarily a secret team, but I think I'll have a team that I can recommend in the next video. But it requires me to have a character that I don't have championed into a champion. So I gotta open up a lot of tokens and see if we can do that. But until the next video, you all stay safe, stay healthy, and be yourselves.